Selections from Wake Up and Roar, Satsang with H.W.L. Poonja, Volumes 1 and 2. You have to do nothing to be who you are. You are always here. You deny it. You deny your greatness. There is the fear of embracing this emptiness. You don't see anything there. No name, no form, unknown, absolutely empty. You need courage to hug that emptiness of no name and no form. Nobody can help you. Help can only take you to the edge. When you look from there, from emptiness, you see everything. Nothing beyond that. Nothing to do. Only to be as you are. Emptiness is your own nature. This is what you are. And really, you need not do anything about it. When you don't give rise to a thought, you return to emptiness. We have a conception that by practice we shall become free. We become enlightened in this instant only, not as a result of 10 years' practice. You don't need memory. Memory is ego. Neither the mind nor the ego exist. They are just your own desires. Yet in reality, they don't exist. When you decide to kill the ego, this is the ego itself. One is always free and one is always alone. Emptiness is not heavy. The mind has to abide on an object. Allow the mind to abide nowhere, and what will be the result? The awareness of consciousness does not change. States may change, and you are that awareness. To become something, to expect something, you have to do something. To remain I am, you don't have to do anything. Its fullness is emptiness. Empty everything from the pockets of your mind. Search where there is no distance and nothing to do. It is too easy for you. You can't lose emptiness. Sit quietly and do not move your mind or intellect. Then observe the observer. This is your true nature from where everything else comes. If you make any effort or use any method of trying to achieve something at some distant future, this will bring you into time. And time is mind. So this will be the play of mind only. But your original nature is empty. We cling to the body, the mind, the senses for safety. We don't realize that by letting go all of these things, we have true peace. The observer has to observe something. What you observe is through the mind. So whatever is gained through the observation is only mental. Who is the observer? Tackle the observer. The body has no capacity to be enlightened. Nobody teaches this emptiness. Everyone wants to run an ashram or commune. When you speak of emptiness, there is nothing more to learn. Doing can never get you to that which you already are. Doing is moving away from that, not toward it. After enlightenment, the momentum of your desires may continue, but they do not touch the self. There is no time at all. Time is only ignorance. Millions and billions of years is an instant. As long as there is change, there must be something changeless to watch the changes. Wherever there is change, there must be a substratum of changelessness. This is your own nature. On this, body, mind, and all phenomena are projected. A real teacher will not give you anything to do, no method, nor can he give you freedom. You have to face yourself, a very pleasing situation. To be as you are now at this very instant, what means are needed? When you become the seer, you see the illusion, and then it does not exist. Emptiness is always alone, unchanging. It is now. Now itself is empty. You can avoid the slaughterhouse if you want to. Otherwise, you will be taken by the butcher, the king of death. You have to surrender to that supreme unknown emptiness and function from there. You quiet the mind by looking at it. Look at it, and it will be quiet. Then it will be objectified. Some subject must be there to look at this object. Then you are separate from what you are looking at. You can count on your fingers the number of people who truly want to be free. You must recognize your own nature, or you will not be happy. No name, no form. This is your nature. Will you recognize it? Will you discharge into it? Keep quiet and become quietness itself. You don't need any method, any practice, any concept, any book. Any doing will take you away from it, not toward it. All the appearances are not true. They were not there before the beginning, and they will not be there after the end. If you touch that point of who you are fullness itself. What can you desire? Desires don't exist. Don't cling even to the emptiness. Take off even from the emptiness itself. This journey will take you back to your home. It will not push you to any new kind of dimension. You cannot become or get what you are not. You have to be what you already are. Don't hold on to the present either. The concept of the present must also be transcended. Transcend name and form. Transcend the light also. When you are yourself, there is no fear. You are aloneness. Time doesn't touch you. Mind doesn't touch you. Fear doesn't touch you. They are all concepts. You are beyond all that. This instant of time is beyond the concept of time. This is your home, your final abode where nothing appears. This is the knowledge of the unknown, which is empty. Nothing is there, no wants, no needs, no desire. This is peace. This is your own self. You don't have to attain it, achieve it, or acquire it by any method whatsoever. No effort is needed to reach there. When you have true peace, you will desire to see if there is even deeper peace. It is an unending search in the direction of the unknowable. This activity is the direction of inactivity. It is activity within inactivity. This joy is your nature. It is not searching for something else. You must go alone. No one can do it for you. All beaten tracks are the past. The ultimate truth is that there is no teacher, no teaching, and no student. Just be quiet. Sit absolutely quiet. No thought. In quietness, in silence, the self arises by itself. Anything you desire to achieve is a limitation. Who reaches the self except the self? The fundamental obstacle to realization is precisely the notion that this realization is still awaited. Guard carefully against supposing that silence has anything to do with either thinking about it or not thinking about it. The self cannot be reduced to anything capable of being said, thought, or taught, or to the negation or absence of thought. It is you, in your own depth, who is the supreme peace and joy. Mantras, prayers, and ritual are excellent up to a certain point. But the time comes when all that has to be left aside. You have to take a leap into the beyond. Stay quiet. Wherever the mind goes, bring it back to its source. When you use the word I, refer to total emptiness. Find out how to get rid of the identification with that which changes. Identify with that which does not change. Awareness without subject or object must be discovered. This is your own awareness. I arises and behaves as if it is awareness. All trouble arises from this. When you search for I, it disappears, leaving pure awareness. It cannot be done by doing anything, reading anything, or practicing anything. It does not depend on any mind or any body. It shines by its own light. Look behind the eye. Look underneath the eye. Look for the source of I. The question is, what is this no I from where everything rises? Beyond name and form, which are not real, who are you? What's left? That is what you are. It is not graspable by the senses or the mind. It is untouched and unspoken. It cannot be defined. No religion teaches you to just keep quiet. Very few people spend 5 minutes in their house keeping quiet. Your mind projects a manifestation and then runs after the projection. Instead of running out with the senses, arrest the mind and direct it to its source. To see a light, you don't need a light. It is the light itself. It reveals itself by itself. Consciousness is the basis, the foundation, the source. True meditation is concentration on the awareness itself, being aware of this awareness. Keep aware, and awareness will reveal the truth of itself. Awareness meditating on itself is meditation. Consciousness cannot be understood, perceived, or conceived. It has no observer. Consciousness is consciousness alone. Keep digging into unrisen thought and see what happens. Keep going farther in. Don't give rise to any thought, and discover who you are. Break off all relations with the mind itself. Then you are left alone. Stay by yourself and find out. If all the known is rejected, in front of you is the unknown. You become unknown and merge into the unknown because they are identical. Be a representative of truth. Simply stay quiet. Something else is going to take charge of you. You simply watch what happens and you keep quiet. Just keep quiet and let something arise from within. that peace you have never seen. Keep quiet for some time, and it will reveal itself. What is waking up? Establishment firmly into the self, by the self, with the self, for the self. The self is untouched, absolutely untouched. Direct your mind to the source and do not think. This is the prescription for wisdom. You always have a light within you, but you don't turn toward it. Instead, you see this light shining on outer objects. Your attention is reflected on objects, and this reflection attracts you to objects. Instead, find out where this beauty, this luster, this reflection is coming from. It shines by its own light. You only have to turn toward it. Look within the self, by the self. All the rest is with the body and mind, and all results will be mental or physical. You are sitting in emptiness, and you think you are the owner because of the walls of the house you are sitting in. You are still in the emptiness. Thought is ego. From where is the I arising? Plunge there. Dive deep into the unknown. You impose the notion of activity. I am doing this, I will do that, on the substratum of inactivity. There is something inactive that doesn't work at all. From there arises the notion of activity, and you get involved in activity. If you then attach to certain things, you are lost. If you know where this actually arises from, that it arises from non-action, from the non-activity, you will realize freedom. Nothing happens in awareness. Find out who the seer is. The highest state is no state. When there is no mind, there is no state. Your true nature is no state. Remove all concepts, and this will be your own state, whether you're walking, talking, eating, or sleeping. When the breeze pays a visit to the fish market, the garden, or the cemetery, does it accept or reject anything? This stateless state is something like that. You are on the stage. This drama is given to you. If you know you are the source, you can play any role and not be tainted. Introduce yourself to yourself, and there is no need for remembering who you are. The quickest method, the most direct method, is inquiry into the source of I am. Aren't you aware of whatever you are doing? This awareness is yourself. If you are conscious of consciousness within the consciousness, there is no problem, whatever you do. Nobody knows this, and so they suffer. With all practices, mind is involved. Inquiry is striking the root of the mind itself. When you know who you are, death can't touch you. Expectation is garbage. Expecting to become something else at a later date is a basket of garbage on your head. When there is no there, and no here, and no where, this is consciousness itself, from where everything arises and falls. Consciousness alone is, and nothing ever exists beyond this consciousness. Once having known it, you become one with consciousness. Your part of the job is to go to the beyond, and then it will take charge. It will conduct every routine of your life. Hell is the mind turned outward and saying, I am the body. The mind turned inward is heaven. And how to win the kingdom of heaven? Surrender to awareness. Everyone is searching outside through the senses. Whatever you see, wherever you see name and form, it is not true. This is the decision and the discernment. Why not spend the rest of your life engaged in this affair? No monastery has been successful at producing enlightenment. Running away from life has never paid anyone. All kinds of training are still being done because it is easier to do them than to sit quietly. The mind doesn't like to be quiet. The mind likes to engage in activities and exercises. When you are not active mentally, this is peace. After enlightenment, there is no ego and no doership. You will abide in something else. When you recognize yourself as when a river discharges into the ocean and is no longer a river, all qualities are gone. When you are free freedom takes charge of you. Sit quietly and keep quiet. This quietness is your nature. It will bring you home.